Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Alton West. Today I have guests on from the City of LaGrange Telecommunications Department, and also I have two ladies on representing nonprofit organizations here in our community. Stay tuned for those interviews, ladies and gentlemen, coming up in just a moment. Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm being joined by our own Bubba Smith from the IT department. He is the telecoms account manager. Bubba, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Alton. I appreciate it, and thank you once again for having me on your show.
Well, you know what, Bubba, you had so much information the last time we sat down together. I couldn't go by too long without having you come back on because, you and I were talking before we came on. The City of LaGrange have a lot of things that we do, and sometimes our customer base doesn't necessarily know about it. So sometimes we have to be our own best advertisement. But before we get into that, tell us a little bit about your role, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure. I'm the telecommunications manager here at the City of LaGrange. What that actually means is I'm the account person that deals with most of our customers. We have a very small department. There's 5 of us, so we tend to know our customers, which is a little different than some of our competition. So we take pride in knowing our customers, what services they actually have. But my main role is to go out, see you, the customer, sit down and see how we could be in service to you.
Well, and go out to the customer, and we just want to be clear too, because I know that we just mainly deal with commercial and industrial, and we don't do any residential at this point, correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So we definitely want to make sure that people sitting there watching, like, hey, we want the City of LaGrange to provide us with various services that you're going to be talking about here in a moment.
Right.
Let's just jump right in, Bubba, because our time got away from us the last time. Tell us a little bit about. I know that we offer a number of things. Just tell us, what do we really have here in the City of LaGrange to offer our commercial and industrial customers?
Okay. So first of all, before we do that real quick, Alton, I do want to say again, thank you for having me on here, because this is our platform to advertise and to let you, the customer, know what we do have here at the City of LaGrange. You won't really see big billboards with advertisements that say City of LaGrange Telecommunications around town. You're not going to see us in magazine articles. So we use this as an opportunity to go out and advertise. I can't tell you how many times I hear customers say, when I'm telling them what benefits that they would have coming to us, what products we have, their remarks are usually, well, I had no idea the City of LaGrange was in that. Right. So this is really nice, and I appreciate it.
Okay, well, very good.
As far as what services we have here in LaGrange, we actually have fiber optic network. Our fiber actually goes into, and we have fiber built into a little over 660 buildings here in LaGrange. So we have quite a presence here within the City of LaGrange. We have little north of 1,800 circuits, and what that means, Alton, is that's services that we may have.
Okay.
Be it voice services, data services, internet service. We actually, believe it or not, we're a little small city, but we have telecommunications like a lot of large cities or large LEC companies, which are local exchange telephone companies.
Okay.
But we can go. We have customers that are here in LaGrange that have locations in other cities, and we connect to their other cities as well.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. And you mentioned fiber. And I want to jump in and talk a little bit about that and talk about the benefits of fiber, because I know most customers, as they drive around our city, and they probably see the overhead electrical lines and various things, and that's the way that they realize that electricity and other things get into their home. Talk about fiber for us and the benefits of having fiber.
Sure. So the way telecommunications used to be, we would get out to the companies is, years ago, the phone company had copper cable going all over these telephone poles that we see. Like you said, we can look up and see the electricity. Well, that's how they got to companies to get telephone service to them.
Okay.
And of course, then we evolved from there. We got into a data world where we needed internet. We needed faster speed. So the latest technology is getting to customers through fiber optic network, and our network is 100% fiber, all over. Benefits of that are the speed. You can actually get the speed that people want now for high bandwidth.
Okay.
You can also take the element of weather out, because lightning used to be a threat to all businesses. It would run in on their phone system, it would run in on their phone lines, their internet. So with fiber's just glass, so it doesn't conduct lightning like copper would.
Okay.
You don't have the rain getting into the cable and affecting the quality of the service.
Okay, so more, faster, reliable service way of getting it, and because you know you hear people say, "Oh, high-speed internet, high-speed this, high-speed." So the fiber is that method of delivery to the customer base. Then,
yes, and we have Alton. We have a really robust network built around LaGrange. So you know, good point is if something were to happen, we have rings built around LaGrange, so we can direct traffic different ways. So just because something happens doesn't mean all of our customers go down. We can reroute them a different direction.
Oh, okay, well, very good. And I know that the customer base really enjoy that, being, you know, when you have a weather event, as we've seen some of these afternoon pop-up storms that could possibly potentially knock them out as far as internet or phone service is concerned. Talk a little bit now about, if you don't mind, you know, I know that mentioned internet, and there's some various options that you all have available to our industrial and commercial customers. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind, Bubba.
Sure. Last time I was on here, we were into the internet a little bit and didn't get to finish, but I do want to kind of recap that and tell the customers that. So here at the City of LaGrange, we have two different internet offerings. We have a shared internet product, and we have a dedicated internet product. So we sell solutions to customers. We don't just go out and throw something at them. There's a need for dedicated internet, depending on what the customer's doing. And then there's a need to have a shared product, which tends to keep the cost down a little bit. We're also very proud to say that we here at City of LaGrange have an internet offering that no one else has, which is we sell a gigabit of internet. That's 1,000 megabytes of speed. We're the only ones that offer that, and that's something you would see in an offering in a city like Chattanooga, Tennessee, or in Atlanta, Georgia. And here we offer that here at the City of LaGrange.
Oh, okay, all right. And I know that there's other components that go along with the internet options and stuff of that nature, but at this point I just want to ask you to give your contact information too, Bubba, if you don't mind, for those customers might be viewing and say, well, look, I got questions for this guy.
Sure. So you can contact me directly. My direct line is 706-883-2011. That'll get you directly to me, or feel free to email me. It's C as in Charles, B as in boy, Smith at lagrangega.org.
Okay, all right. Bubba, I want to go back up to one. I know that the last time you and I sat down and we talked, you guys, we were getting ready to, I think, transition over to a switch where you have service available for our commercial industrial customers that were not ready to come online at that point.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind.
Sure. So we just commissioned our new Class 5 switch. What that means to the customer, we now have a traditional phone switch here in LaGrange, like you would see the larger phone companies use.
Okay.
Before, we've been doing voice, but we actually were at capacity and have been at capacity. So I'm really excited about where we're about to go.
Okay.
Customers have really embraced this. They're extremely excited. We've had customers waiting on us to get to this point so we could do their voice as well as their data. You know, so we have customers, we're doing their internet, they love what we do for them, and we just haven't been able to do their voice because we were at capacity. So we've now commissioned our new Class 5 phone switch and made a few changes. So where our old phone system, we had features like you had to dial 9 to get out. Customers, they were willing to do that just so they could work with us because our service is extremely good. But now, no longer do you have to dial 9 to get out. We now have caller ID, so We have outbound caller ID, which a lot of customers were really asking for that.
Okay.
Any of the newer features, we have larger customers that may have products like PRI or SIP products. We now will offer that with our new Class 5 switch.
Okay.
Traditional analog lines is primarily what most of our customers would use, just telephone lines.
Okay.
But one of the changes that we made that customers are really are getting calls every day, we now have an unlimited domestic long distance. So we actually took our phone lines from $30 a month to $35 a month, but that includes free unlimited long distance. And we also, one of the things that differentiates us from our competitors is we don't charge for FCC charges, universal service charges, E911 charges. All of that's baked into that one $35 charge that our customers get, which keeps us below the market pricing.
Absolutely. No long distance charge. That right there is an incentive, should be, for a lot of businesses. And I want to just talk specifically now about small businesses. What's the benefit to a small business, Bubba, in your opinion, by going to the new Category 5? Or are there benefits to a small business?
Well, there are. Obviously, I think cost and services is two of the main things. Cost, to me, I think service is what most people look for.
Okay.
So the difference between us and some of our competitors would be if you call us, you're not going to go to a call center, out of the country. You're going to actually get one of 5 people. I mean, again, we have a small department, but you'll get one of 5 people. We know our customers. We know what our customers have. We know a lot of them personally. So that sets us apart. No one can compare with that. And then again, we try to watch what the market pricing bears, and we try to stay below that. I think last time I was on here, I was telling the story about why the City of LaGrange got into telecommunications. It wasn't to be a profitable business or to go after the independent companies that did it. It was to bring business customers to LaGrange.
Absolutely.
Which brings jobs to LaGrange.
That's right.
So we wanted to make sure that we keep on the cutting edge, and very proud to say we try to stay new products, new services. We try to stay on the top end of all that, Alton.
Well, Bubba, having a small group there, just 5 on your team and everything, I think you all do an outstanding job, and I know that our commercial and industrial customers really appreciate, having that one-on-one relationship with you all. And again, our time expires so quickly, so I want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule today to come on and just share this information, and definitely want to get you back on again in the future.
Yeah, well, again, thank you. I appreciate it. Love these opportunities to sit down and tell people what we actually have. I'm proud of our telecommunications department here at the City of LaGrange.
All right. Well, Bubba, thank you so very much, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back, City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm being joined by 2 ladies that represent nonprofit organizations here in our community. First, I have, to my far left, I have Miss Willie Mae Calloway with Greater Achievement Youth, and also I have next to me Miss Amia Cotton with the Troop Counter Anchor Foundation. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, and Amia, you've been on the show before, and we sat down and we know a little bit about the Troop Counter Anchor Foundation. So I'm going to go over and ask Miss Willie Mae Calloway a little bit about the Greater Achievement Youth. And Miss Calloway, will you tell us a little bit about this foundation, if you don't mind?
Yes. Greater Achievement Youth Empowerment Academy Incorporated was started about a year ago, and in focusing on the high school students and tutoring them for better scores on the SAT and the ACT test. We partnered with the LaGrange College, and the LaGrange College students were the tutors. We had a wonderful session beginning in April, and the students were attentive. They were there. This was a Saturday morning from 8 to 1, and they would beat us there. and it was very positive situation for us. And we are looking forward to the fall because we will be starting our sessions again in the fall when school goes back.
Okay. And you talked about the ACT and the SAT testing, and I think back to my days of trying to go through both of those tests, and I'm like, Lord, if I had somebody help me with it.
Yes.
You know, so it's so important, so important that students do well on those tests, because it means the difference of paying yourselves or perhaps getting scholarships.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
It improves their chance on getting a scholarships or either getting into the schools that they apply to. And we have gotten some results from the students. One of our students has increased her score to 1190. This past year, the changes came for the SAT test. They lowered some of the average scores. So it made it better for them this year that they were able to score higher. But it's so important that they do. It makes them eligible for the scholarships as well.
Absolutely. Very good. We commend you all on that too. And I know that there are going to be other sessions, as you stated, with the fall of the year. So definitely I would like to come and kind of see what's taking place there as well.
Wonderful. Be glad to have you.
All right. And Mia, and you're with the True County Anchor Foundation. Can just kind of refresh everybody about what the Anchor Foundation is all about.
Anchor Foundation is about working with our youth, at-risk youth, dealing with violence. That's what we were founded up on, trying to help take on some of the violence that's been occurring in our community. And we want to bring youth together, empower our youth, build them up, mentor them any kind of way that we can. And we put on different events to give the youth something to do, to enjoy, and come together as one and build relationships with law enforcement. That's been a really big goal of ours, to build a relationship with law enforcement, and we have been very successful in doing that. All the chiefs for the Troup County, the sheriff, have been very helpful as far as coming in, working with our youth in these events, talking to them, playing basketball with them. It's been a success in working with our youth. Because they're not our future, they're our today. So.
That's right.
Yes.
Absolutely. And, you know, and Mia, you talk about partnerships with the youth and the police, and we've all seen the things that are happening in the media, and we're just so thankful that none of that has happened here in our county.
Yes.
And I think it is contributed to Anchor Foundation and organizations like Greater Achievement, and then the community policing that we have here in our community, that I think, you know, even though we have various things, I think there's the respect, I would say, that the community has for the police have for the community, that we haven't had anything like that. So we just want to say thank you to both you ladies for the organization that you all represent. And I know that today we're here to talk about an event that's coming up on August the 7th that the community can come out to, and both organizations along with other partners. Mia, if you don't mind, start out and then we'll jump over to Ms. Willie. If you tell us a little bit about what's going to be taking place.
On Sunday, August the 7th from 4 to 6, we're partnering with the DA's office for a Backpack for Kids celebration. We want everyone to come out and enjoy this event. We're going to have some dynamic speakers, Quay Body and Kit Cummins, who are going to be our motivational speakers. It's just going to be a family fun event. The DA's office, this is something that they wanted to do, and working with our youth, because they don't want to just see them in the courtroom or dealing with them in the courtroom. They also want the community to know that they're here for our teens and want to elementary kids, and want to empower them as well. So we're just looking for a good time, and we're asking for everyone to come out, enjoy themselves, but most of all, listen to the messages that will be given.
Okay, all right, very good. And of course, Ms. Calloway, you all are also going to be partnering in. Talk a little bit about some of the things that will be taking place there, if you don't mind.
Well, there will be some entertainment. We hope to have some music, and we are in contact with a couple of other groups, hopefully that they will be able to attend as well, such as a choir, to have some entertainment and so forth.
Okay.
But the main thing is to reach our young people and let them know that the community care about them and their needs for school.
Well, very good. And I want to go back in a moment, because I know Quay Body myself personally, Mia, and I want you to just talk a little bit more about him. And I know that anytime we have a community activity, there's always an opportunity for people to volunteer. Is there an opportunity at this event, Ms. Calloway?
Yes, we
Okay.
do need volunteers because we will have food and other water, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And we will have a registration table to give the backpack. So we will need some assistance if anyone is available.
Okay. Well, go ahead, if y'all don't mind, give them, if there a contact number, that if someone is watching, they want to volunteer, how can they reach one of you ladies or a contact person?
You can reach myself at Anchor Foundation at yahoo.com or Amia Cotton at yahoo.com. And Ms. Calloway has contact as well.
Okay.
Okay, you can reach myself, Ms. Calloway, at 706-884-1854 or WillieMay_11 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
And we'll be glad to talk with you about the event.
All right. Now, and I heard you, Ms. Calloway, mention there will be some food there. So let's
Yes.
kind of make sure we get that, because you know that's always a draw. I don't care who it is, where
Right,
it is.
right.
That's always a draw. Talk about what items you all will have and who will it be for specifically.
Okay, we will be serving hot dogs, chips, some fruit, like roll-ups. It's mainly for the children.
Okay.
But of course, the adults are welcome. We will have something to drink, water, and other items, and you know, come out and have fun and enjoy with the children.
Absolutely. You know, and I say that kind of jokingly, but anytime we hear food, people show
Yes.
up and they're
Yes.
anticipating.
Yeah.
And the community, we definitely want the community to come out. And Mia, you mentioned, and then that's going to be taking place on the square,
Yes,
correct?
downtown on the square from 4 to 6. And also people that want to give donation for school supplies, we're accepting those as well. You can go to any of your local police stations, West Point, Hogansville, or LaGrange.
Okay.
Also the government center at the DA's office, they're accepting donations towards book bag, monetary, or school supplies.
Okay, well, very good. And you talked about motivational speakers. We have Quay Body and Kit Cummings. And I understand that Kit Cummings was one of the guest speakers last year, The Power of Peace. Talk about Quay Body. Quay is a product of our community.
Yes.
I know Quay very well, knew his grandmother, lived across the street from Miss Willie May. Talk about Quay and his message you think he might bring.
I think with Quay being a young adult, he's able to reach our youth on a different level than anyone else can. His message that comes across is so powerful, and the experiences that he shared as a testimony that he gives to others that he went through, and they look at him and say, wow, if he went through that, then if he made it, then I can make it as well. And he has a book as well that he talks about his life experiences and the things that he may have gone through and the motivation that he gives to our teens and our younger youth is just phenomenal. And I have heard him speak several times, and he is a dynamic speaker. He's just awesome, and the way that I've seen him reach our youth has just been wonderful.
Very good. You know, it's so important. I want to close out, ladies, on this question. I'm going to pose it to both of you all. Ms. Williams, to you first. Ms. Calloway, I'm sorry.
That's
Ms.
okay.
In this day and age, why do you think this is so important that we have our young people, our older people, our black, white, everybody come together and to show our unity in our community?
I feel that we need to show our children that we care about them, that they're not just alone, and there are people who care, and we want to show that by just allowing them to see all of us adults coming together and in a healing, loving way, and not always, you know, it's something going on that brings us together. We want to come together in a happy occasion.
Okay, very good. Mia?
Basically the same thing as far as working together and coming together, not only for just this event but for everything. Just like we have done as Come Together Greater and Anchor in the DA's office, we want to show those relationships, because at the end of the day it's about love. It's about empowering our teens and working with them. And if we show that we can give off that love and come together, then maybe they can do the same as well. And that's the goal. No matter who you are, no matter what color you are, is to come together and to show love. And let's empower these teens and these youth, and everybody come together as one, and
Yes.
we can be successful at doing that.
Absolutely. I think that's very fitting as a closing comment, closing statement from both you ladies. And I want to thank you all for what you do in our community. Ms. Calloway, especially working with the youth to better themselves at test taking, ACT, SAT, a very, very important cause in our community. Mia, for you having the vision to start the Anchor Foundation, especially when during a time when we saw violence kind of start to rise here in our community, you said, hey, look, we got to do something. We got to put a stop to this. We're losing too many young, precious lives to senseless violence. So, ladies, and along with the other partners and sponsors, I want to just say thank you from all of us, and thank you, ladies, for what you do in our community.
you. Yes, you will be hearing more from Greater Achievement.
All right.
Yes.
Well, we look forward to it. All right.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from the IT department, the telecoms account manager, Bubba Smith, as he talked about the various services that we offer. So by all means, ladies and gentlemen, if you're a commercial or industrial customer and you have questions, give him a call at the information contact number that he gave you. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I had on to represent two nonprofit organizations here in our community. I had on Ms. Amia Cotton with the Troup County Anchor Foundation, and also I had on Ms. Willie Mae Calloway that represented the Greater Achievement Youth Empowerment Foundation, as they talked about an upcoming event that will be taking place on August the 7th between 4 o'clock and 6 o'clock p.m. on the square. It is the Backpacks for Kids celebration. So by all means, if you want to volunteer, come out and enjoy this event, come out and let's come together as a community and support our youth. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed these interviews, and as always, I want to invite you back for more of City Week.